Today I'm in the Alpinino Mountains in a very small town called Pagliana. Behind me is a church dedicated to San Rocco, a saint that passed through here on a lifelong pilgrimage that originally began in Montpellier, France. He passed through here in the mid-14th century during the bubonic plague. This town was infested with it. The death toll was a high percentage of its population, and its survival, according to the legend, is down to San Rocco's God-given healing powers, for he healed so many and saved them from death. This town never forgot what he gave to them. Every year there is a massive street party that celebrates him, and in this church a new painting of him has just been erected. Let's go take a look. Look at this. I mean, for a little ghost town in the middle of nowhere, up a mountain, it's a pretty beautiful church. I mean, from outside, this building looks like it could have been from Balamori, but inside it's incredibly ornate. The frescoes are well finished. The illusions are even quite sophisticated. If you look at the shadows behind all the sculptures, which create a sense that there are recesses within this church that aren't actually there. There's all kinds of fascinating moments, like the cherubs in the sky that seem to be coming down from heaven and into our space. And in doing so, the worshipper here is connected with the divine.
These frescoes have been recently restored, hence why they look so crisp. The objective of the painter was clearly to transform this very basic room into an ornate, elegant, otherworldly space. Ideally, the architecture would present this effect, but the architecture isn't there, so the illusion that it is has to be created. This two-dimensional ornament is granted a sense of relief through the use of shadow. A particularly brilliant moment is the false frame, which is so in harmony with the real one that it is difficult to separate the illusion from the real thing. The sum of all the colours and images that are frescoed is a delicate space, peaceful and light.
And at the altar, the new painting of San Rocco, a recent collaboration between two contemporary Florentine painters, Grazia Bonini and Bibbiana Petrella.
San Rocco seems to burn through the walls of this light space. Between gilded gold arches, he boldly announces his presence. The contrasts of light and dark are dramatic. The shading is rich, varied, with a wide tonal range, so that there is a strong sense of his three-dimensionality. His drapery is vibrant, coloured, writhing as though the realm in which he stands has a divine intensity. He stands within a kind of architectural recess, like a sculpture, and so he is disconnected with time as we understand it. He is permanent, and he is a man with flesh who even bleeds, and a human is temporal. San Rocco appears to the beholder in person, but he is also divine and eternal. In a space of images that merely contribute to the ambience, San Rocco stands stark and alone, demanding your attention. Beside San Rocco is a dog. This is typical iconography for the saint. San Rocco is actually the patron saint of dogs. The legend explains that San Rocco became infected with the bubonic plague. Having already renounced all his worldly belongings, and to avoid spreading the disease to others, he had no choice but to go into the wilderness. Alone with his condition declining, he was unable to get food. Fortunately, a dog arrived to bring San Rocco food and water. Gradually, the dog was able to nurse him back to health. In his mouth, we can see some bread. There is some blood dripped on it. Remember, this painting stands behind the altar, the place from which the worshipper would take communion, bread and wine, the body and blood of Christ. This dog does not offer the bread to San Rocco, he offers it to us. An altarpiece generally attempts to allude to the act of communion, but never have I seen it symbolised in this way. As far as I'm aware, this is something truly original. I hope you enjoyed the video today. Please like and subscribe if you feel compelled. Thanks so much for watching.